Hey, hi. Okay, today I just wanted to share with you something I think is very interesting. The guest is which company in the world right now in this recessionary fears coming in and high inflation, right? Which company can really raise the price of the products two times in weeks, and at the same time they can get 100% surge in demand. I can't think of any other company. If you have, please drop me a comment. I can only think of is Tesla. Tesla. So that's all I can say. So, um, if this is a very decent price to enter, although it's not at its low end of 750, um, but it's still not as high as 1002 or 1003 that he went to a few months ago, and he has a lot of potential upside as well. So what are you waiting for? So yeah, so I just wanted to share with you a couple of videos on a couple of articles. Uh, okay, this is just about their factory which was shut down recently in Shanghai because of COVID, and they are back to normal again. U.S. China officials are actually giving some special privileges to factories that are open 24 hours, and all their staffs are contained within one particular area. So I just want to share with you that U.S. prices for all Tesla car will pump up higher overnight with Model 3 costing around, compared to a week ago. So it noted that the price actually have gone up twice, and even because of the nickel prices, and partly also because of the um, surge in demand. So just want to share with you that interest rates hikes usually doesn't necessarily mean that the share market will go down. Just wanted to share with you this point. Yeah. So this is something that nickel, which is a very expensive item because of nickel's spot price really high now. So Tesla is actually reconfiguring his cell production factory to mostly lithium phosphate. Then what else I want to show you is this one. Cell prices. I just want to show you another one is, yeah, it's just to show you that Tesla prices actually raises price for second time in days on rising costs. Um, so you can see the demand is huge. I just want to go through with you a video on which is one of my research things, and I felt that Tesla is maneuvering around their cost of production as well, which is very very important. First is somewhere around 2 minutes.
Let's go on to the second point from this note. Near term, the key factor that Tesla stressed is chip supply. So yeah, the main production constraint seems to be chips and not batteries. And I think Tesla will be able to navigate this chip shortage this year. Elon Musk on January 26, 2022, the Q4 earnings report, he says, number one, the fundamental focus of Tesla this year is scaling output. Then he says the chip shortage, while better than last year, is still an issue, right? And this is actually kind of the main supply issue right now, more than batteries. And then he said, last year we spent a lot of engineering and management resources solving supply chain issues, rewriting code, changing our chips, and reducing the number of chips we need. All right, so to summarize this, according to Elon Musk, they're doing.
Yeah, so they're actually doing a lot of work in the engineering side. So it's really good, when you have a CEO and as an engineer as well. They are very nimble and actually can change and redesign things, like for example in chips, to go around the chip shortage or the chip prices increase. So the next one I want to talk to you is about the nickel prices.
Doing several things to handle the chip shortage. So first is they're dedicating a lot of code when needed for these new chips, and they're reducing the number of chips needed. All right, number three, Tesla is not worried about nickel given their reliance on LFP or lithium iron phosphate cells for 50% of their models today for standard range, which doesn't need nickel or cobalt. And going forward, LFP could move to 60 to 70% of units needed if nickel became uneconomic. All right, so my take is that Tesla, is not necessarily reliant on nickel, at least over time, due to the option of changing out to LFP or lithium.
So you can see it's a very good video. It says about the nickel is not something that's like break or make or break Tesla. So
this year. The 136,000 cars, 50% growth on that would be about 1.4 million cars. And take is that Tesla last year, they delivered 936,000 cars, 50% growth on that would be about 1.4 million cars in 2022. And Tesla here is super confident they can reach that goal with just Fremont and Shanghai factories. So yeah, this is Tesla really showing their confidence to scale this.
as you can see, the likelihood of them actually getting to 2 million cars is also very possible. So what is 900 US dollar right now per share for the stocks, you know? So and then the next thing you probably need to know is the Starlink. You know, Starlink has gained a lot of traction, an affiliate of Tesla, which Elon Musk did mention before that he will always be grateful towards Tesla shareholders because they are the one that actually help to fund a lot of Starlink projects, and you can see now satellites are getting more and more play a more and more important presence, especially during the Russia-Ukraine war. You can see all telco towers are actually coming down, and satellites are actually playing a role. They can evade all those bombings and all that. So just want to show you another part on the assembly lines.
Assembly steps in Shanghai from 100, what other OEMs typically have, to only 45 steps, and has reduced the welding line from 1,000 robots in the Model 3 to 300 in the Model Y. Further, it says that Tesla writes their own code on their robots to allow for more seamless changes when needed and less reliance on robotic vendors for changes. Yeah, so there are a lot of things going on that Tesla is doing from the inside to make their cars better, to lower costs. And these are some of the examples, right? Taking the assembly steps from 100 steps to 45, taking the number of robots.
You can see, as you can see, assembly lines for factories are also about steps. So, like reducing hundreds from 100 steps to 45 steps is a great innovation. He basically does like casting of molds of bigger parts of the car, so it looks more like Lego jigsaw puzzle. You don't really need like few thousand parts like those conventional cars with nuts and all that as well. So this is something that is important for Tesla. That is an innovation. So with oil and gases price going up, and their demand are just ridiculous. I'll just show you. Tesla, yeah, you can see Tesla reports 87 increase in 2021 deliveries. Tesla see booming 2022 sales. So it's quite a bullish trend for this company. As I said, buy companies that has pricing powers and also at the beginning of the S curve growth. The beginning and the lower end of the S curve. And take note that Tesla also have their own battery production center as well, unlike other companies where they outsource. So for them to change from nickel, cobalt batteries to lithium phosphate, right? They can easily do that. So um, yeah, so that's all I wanted to say for today, and thank you for listening and watching, and please click a like or subscribe to my channel. Thanks.